It has been a very busy day. We begin at 4 o'clock with a live look at the radar. The rain just keeps on coming, and it will be heavy at times over the next 30 hours or so. Your Easter holiday plans will likely be impacted, and we want to make sure you're prepared. Thanks so much for joining us on this WRAL Weather Alert Day. I'm Lena Tillett. It has been a stormy Friday. We want to show you this storm report right here. It shows the damage and reports of lightning that we have seen today. That lightning strike in southern Wake County caused a fire in a townhome, and we want to show you the video from that scene. Flames seen shooting from the roof there. Look at all those flames. You can see how wet the ground is here too. This was on Misty Pike Drive near US 401 and 1010 Road. People who live there were able to escape. Fortunately, no one was hurt here, but quite the scene. Over in Cary, drivers had to seek alternate routes after this massive tree here fell on Winding Ridge Drive. As you can see, crews were quick to get it all chopped up there and out of the way.
Hey folks, Chris Lovingood here for Dan Haggerty. We want to get you a live look right now over at Durham. That is where a flash flood advisory is in effect until 5:15 tonight. You can clearly see rain on the lens of the camera there. Now, you can also see the rain is also going down to the DBAP from the WRAL Weather Camera Network. The scope and the overall impact of this rain system, it is massive. WRAL has covered across the entire viewing area and all of the ways that you will be affected. Aaron Thomas is out on the roads in the WRAL Storm Tracker. Mark Boyle is monitoring breaking developments and power outages in the Live Center. But we want to start with meteorologist Kat Campbell. Kat, this is a large impact system.
Yes, it is. And the impacts won't just be tonight, into tomorrow as well. Tomorrow, another WRAL Weather Alert Day. And the concern here is flooding and a lot of holiday travel going on this weekend as well, making things worse. An additional 1 to 3 inches of rain is likely. The dual Doppler 5000 radar showing the heaviest rain right now falling in Vance County, but the steady rain continues in Chapel Hill, Durham, Pittsburgh, some of the areas that have seen some of the heavier rain this afternoon. Henderson right now seeing some of the heaviest rain. That is going to be shifting up toward Lake Gaston. Lighter rain in Raleigh right now, but that boundary of rain will continue to sag south. A flood advisory in effect for Durham and Chapel Hill until 5:15 this evening as the steady rain continues to fall. And looking at futurecast, you can see that line of where we have the bulk of the rain right now and the heavier rain starting to push south closer to Raleigh as we get towards 7 o'clock this evening and approaching Fayetteville a little bit later on tonight. This will not be the end of the rain. We have rain expected overnight, but the most widespread rain is going to come all throughout the day tomorrow. We have already seen 4 inches of rain along the Harnett County, Wake County line this morning. Fuquay-Varina and Apex over 3 inches of rain, and over 3 inches of rain now in Pittsburgh as well, with much more to come. So let's take a look at how much more rain we could see through tomorrow night. We're looking at 1 to 3 inches of rain with some of the heavier totals, the 2 to 3 inch totals from Rocky Mount, Raleigh, Durham, over toward the Sandhills and Fayetteville. A lot of rain on the way, a 100% chance for rain all day tomorrow. I'll track the washout conditions and when the rain could finally move out on futurecasts coming up. Chris.
All right, we'll see you in just a bit, Kat. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Aaron Thomas in the WRAL Storm Tracker, currently at a stoplight here on Jones Franklin Road in Raleigh, giving you a live look at the roads. We do have the windshield wipers going. We have a light rain right now, and we're going to be hopping onto the belt line, also onto I-40 as we head up to the Durham area. We did hear from meteorologist Kat Campbell and said that's going to be one of the areas getting some of the heavier rainfall. I'm also going to be checking in with some of the emergency officials to see if there's any roadway accidents as people get their holiday weekend.
Thank you, and we will continue to check back in with him as he makes his way to the west towards Durham. He might likely run into some very slick conditions and some delays out there on the roadways. A live look, Rocky Mount Mills right now. You can see all of the rain droplets on that camera, and that's what that shot's going to likely be like for quite some time. Let's talk about those power outages. These blue circles indicate where the trouble spots are. We're starting to see the numbers come down. That's some good news. On your screen right here, just updating these numbers where it looks like across the state of North Carolina and locally about 6,000 2,000 customers still without power in Wake County. Over in Chatham County, about 2,000 customers. Across the state, just above 12,000 or 13,000 or so customers in the dark right now. So crews with Duke Energy, now's actually a good time for them to get out there because things aren't so bad. But as that extra line of storms moves in, that's going to be a bit of a problem for them as they try to make these repairs. They're going to do so as quickly and safely as possible. Another thing we're watching for you here in the live center this afternoon is the traffic coming up in just a few minutes. We'll show you what the roads look like in those areas you should avoid as the roads are wet across the area. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Mark. And folks, power outages, that's not the only problem today. This morning, flash flooding was a huge problem in parts of Fuquay-Varina. This video here is from Fuquay Mineral Springs Park, just south of downtown. The entire park flooded so badly, water rose above the walking bridge. Parts of South Spring Avenue near the park were also shut down from the flooding. Fuquay-Varina also had problems with lightning. The attic of this home caught fire at around 7 o'clock this morning after lightning hit it. WRAL spoke to one neighbor who said that they saw what happened when they were inside.
I was awake and then I heard like a huge crash and then I saw like sparks coming through my window and then my mom woke me up and we were yelling and then I had to call 911 and we had to rush out of the house.
Now, that clearly sounds so hectic, but the thing is, no injuries were reported and the house only had minimal damage.
More damage here. Emergency crews had to rescue 3 people from this home. This is in Sanford after this massive tree just fell through it here. WRAL's Keenan Willard shows us the lengthy cleanup just getting underway.
You can see crews have been working to take apart this tree that crashed through the front of this Sanford home, leaving 3 people needing to be rescued. But it's also causing a larger impact to this entire neighborhood. An enormous tree trunk smashed through the entire front of this home. It happened on 3rd Street in Sanford this morning. The fire chief says 6 family members were home when it fell. 3 of them were able to get outside, but 3 others were trapped in this bedroom near the front of the home. Rescue crews had to go through the back of the structure, pulling the 3 family members to safety. Responders say none of the people in the home were seriously injured, with one woman suffering a mild concussion from debris. The Sanford Fire Department says the Red Cross is stepping in to provide the family temporary housing until they can recover from this incident. The tree also took down power lines over a span of multiple blocks, knocking out power. One utility worker called it a difficult cleanup, having to untangle the wires from the tree before electricity can be restored. They hope to have 3rd Street clear again as soon as tonight. Keenan Willard, WRAL News, Sanford.
And we will be on the air updating you on weather impacts over the next few hours. With flooding threats expected to last into Sunday, you'll also want to keep your phones or tablets